you are. I was looking for you guys. We're my YouTube family. I'm glad that you're finally here. You've been asking me a lot of questions, and I decided to take this time right after I got ready for my day to tell you what my updates are. For all of you guys who don't know, I suffered from extreme arthritis inside my joints, and I was struggling when I first started this diet to even get up the stairs on my own. I definitely couldn't even carry a bag of groceries or my laundry up the stairs, which was really causing a lot of problems. My energy level was so bad, and I really was severely depressed at that time. That was February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. After I had looked into Jordan Peterson's claims about his daughters, Michaela's arthritis and the issues that she had throughout her life. I've never been a really overweight person. That has not been my issue, although I did lose 20 pounds in this, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute and about the issues that I had with losing that much weight at the age that I am. And as of July, and it's really coming up here soon, in the middle of July, I will be turning 64. So yes, this has been a tremendous experience for me. And before we go any further, if you really like my content and you want to see me again, I would press the notification, subscribe, and show me some love by pressing the like button. Even if you don't appreciate it, press the negative button, let me know, so that way I actually know whether this content is really even appropriate and whether you guys want to hear any more, because I've been noticing that YouTube does not generate my videos anymore, and I'm losing subscribers instead of finding new subscribers. So if you want me to continue with these updates and telling you how I'm doing with the carnivore diet and whether I'm even on the carnivore diet, take a moment, subscribe, press the notification, and share it if you think this can help other people. So what's been going on with me? Well, I've been busy, and I've had a few bouts of illness as well. So I'm going to tell you about what's actually been happening, because this isn't only about, I don't want to be just that person that tells you it's going to be rainbows. You're going to just fart out rainbows if you go on the carnivore diet, although it seems like that in the beginning. But as time goes on, you still have, I found with myself, I still have issues. It's not 100%, but everything has gone away quite a bit. Like my arthritis is still there in my knees. And if I push it too hard, it's going to back up on me and it's going to cause me problems. But from what I was to be able to not walk up the stairs without pulling myself by the railing, and I couldn't carry anything, to I can run up the stairs now multiple times back and forth, and I can do that. And I'm riding my bike 3 to 6 miles a day. Well, I take a day or two off just because, that's what you have to do. You don't run your body to the ground and expect it to be rebuilt. You got to have time to let it all repair and heal. So I've been doing that, and I've been doing the weights, and I've got all the stuff that I got my whole life. I have chickens, I have a huge garden. And yes, I planted my garden because we don't know what's happening in this world. And it would be foolish at this time, when I am a seasoned gardener, to give it up at this point when we know what's going on in the world right now. So yes, I got my garden going and it's doing amazing. I'm going to show you guys. Let me take a look at, because I wrote down some of the issues that I wanted to talk about. Now, many of you are asking me about my weight. Have I maintained? Have I lost any more? Because at one period of time, I was losing so much weight that, because I am a small person, I am now at this point 108 pounds. I've been maintaining that weight for about a month now. So I'm not losing any more weight. It seems to be where my body wants to go. I went a little bit lower, but through I think through exercise and muscle building and doing all that wonderful stuff, I've put back on like just pure muscle. I think what's happening is I may be losing still body fat, but what I'm doing is I'm building up my muscles, which is sculpting my body and giving me a lot more energy. I don't know if you guys know, but the more that you actually work out, the more energy you actually have. It's not the other way around. You don't lose it because you work out. You actually have more for the rest of the day. So that's why I've continued tried to anyways, continued with a routine all of my adult life. Just to, I used to say, I want to be able to get out of the couch on my own. And at the time when I was starting this, I couldn't do that. I was really struggling to stand up from sitting down. And for a great period of time, a year ago, I was in crutches. And before that, I was in a wheelchair for 3 weeks and then crutches for 3 months. That was something that I can't even imagine that I would go back and reverse. It's amazing how your brain adjusts to the new reality that you're living in, and the reality that I have right now is 80% more energy. I don't have. In the beginning, you really feel like you really do get a lot of energy, and then it balances out, and you do have the same energy, but you're now in a different normal, so you would like to have a little more. So there's times when I like to have a little bit more energy, but if I look back to where I was before, I would be panting to go to the bathroom from the front room. So yeah, I'm now running and I'm biking and I'm doing all of these other things easily, so there is a huge thing. So I have maintained this weight now. I'll stand up, just kind of let you guys see. Let's see where I am. If you can see that, my weight, I think I'm actually where I'm supposed to be. I'm very comfortable with the size. It is, the problem is I am like a 1 or a 0, and it's hard to find clothes. But that's okay, because I have found a few pieces, and through going to used clothing or one of those shops. I've done a lot of the thrift shops and stuff. There's some gold in those, and a lot of them they do $5-10 bags, so you can just fill your bag and you can get a whole lot more. So I do a lot of that, and I've shopped online to get some more clothes that fit me. In the beginning, if you go back to my videos, you see I had to go in the beginning to the boys section to be able to get a jean. And I bought size 16. I can't wear those anymore. They're way too large on me. So that is a good problem, I think, to have at this point, because it's been 20 pounds, and it may not seem like a lot, but 20 pounds is a lot more when you have really bad joints to carry around. So I don't have that to carry around anymore. So it makes it so that I feel like I'm flying up the stairs instead of dragging myself. So that, and then I talked about my loose skin, and now my husband said that I looked gross. And I'm going to just say, it's not that he is a bad person. He just is, he's thoughtless, but he didn't mean it in that way. And at that time, there was a lot of loose skin. And I will do a video showing some of, not right now, once I get to the point where I'm really, really happy with it, I will show one with pictures of my progress of my skin alone, what I have done to help it, how my body is actually starting to heal. Skin is the last thing that actually heals on your body. You start from the inside, and the organs and all the things that are really, really important get healed first, and then later on your skin. So it longer in the process. So some of you that are really concerned about having loose skin, it will heal, but it's going to take time. But what I'm doing is I am encouraging it. And what I've been doing is micro needling. So I just started this recently. Well, actually, I've done it for my face for a long time. I've done the micro needling. I find that really does, if you do it on a regular basis, it really does help with the face and the neck and the jaw and all of that. It really is wonderful. But I've got other ones too that are bigger than this. So I got body ones. And so I've been doing, I started yesterday, took pictures, and that will be one thing because this is, it's claimed that this really helps, and it does help with the skin. You know, when you damage the skin a little bit, it has to heal, right? So it brings the blood and everything, the oxygen there to heal. So if you do it throughout your whole body, and I did it through my whole body, and some people are saying do it once a month. I found micro needling doesn't work if you do it that far apart. So I've got a timer on it, and it's going to be once a week. And I will do pictures every time, and eventually I will have that video for that. So another thing that I have been doing for about a week now is dry brushing. So if you've got a brush, a bath brush, those are great. That's what I'm using. I'm using a bath brush, but I'm dry brushing. I'm brushing my skin, just like you do with your hair, but I'm brushing my skin all over my body. Another thing that I have always done, and this is one of the beauty secrets that I have always done, is in the shower, I use a dry cloth and I put salt on it, table salt on a dry cloth, or it depends on how much you want to get a glow. And if you're just starting this, I would not go with table salt. I would go with something like, maybe just start with a really good cloth and just really, really get your skin, really get it hard. Use a really abrasive cloth. And then as the time goes by, start off with baking soda is wonderful for really giving a good shine and a polish of the skin. And then the salt if you want to. So I'm at the salt. I'll do the baking soda as well sometimes, just to give it a really nice matte finish, because it does. It really, this is, I think, the biggest thing that women don't do is exfoliate. Exfoliation is so important. And when I am exfoliating, even my whole body, everything starts to look better, younger, pinker. And so yes, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm exfoliating with salt, which is amazing. It's a little hard. just to warn you, start slow on all of these things. But I've been doing different types of beauty product type of regime for quite some time, so I'm able to get into a 15-20 minutes on my face with needles, and it doesn't bother me like it did before, because at one time when I first started, I had to put on numbing cream to start using the micro needles, and that's what you probably would want to do. Whether you want to go into and get it done for like $60, or if you want to go and buy one of these yourself for $10-20, they're not that expensive, and maybe some numbing cream. But hydrogen peroxide, clean your brushes every time you use them, and before you use them, always clean your brushes. You don't want to get some type of infection if you are going that route. Okay, so that is what I do for skincare, and trying to think of what else I do. One of the things I've been doing is putting on my makeup, just a lot more often now. That I think for a great time there, I was really feeling so old that I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't doing those facial routines that I had always done. I was not putting my makeup on or doing my hair, and it really shocked me every time that I looked into the mirror. And I've chosen now, since I've decided to clean the inside and heal the inside, that I am going to take pride on the outside. And that's part of having a youthful feeling is I don't wear a lot of heavy makeup. I have no foundation on. This is my skin right now. I just have eye makeup on and a little bit of lipstick. So that is what. Now, like I want to say, it doesn't, you don't heal 100%. I'm like about 6 months into this. And there's still issues that I run into. Like I said, I still notice the remnants of the arthritis, and I still have days, because I went through many years of these jumps or flows in illness, where it would be like this, and then it would come back up, and like this, and it would come back up. And I still have those. They're not as severe. I here in Canada, we don't have really great testing for things like Lyme disease. If you want to get testing for Lyme disease and really get an accurate test, a lot of people send it out to the United States for those labs, because they're more up to date. And even though I have been tested, I do suspect that, because it's a waxing and waning type of an illness. And that makes sense, because I haven't been able to get rid of that 100%. And that is the way people who are dealing with this diet, who have been diagnosed with Lyme disease, because there are actually Facebook pages just for this carnivore diet and Lyme disease. Carnivore diet, if you guys don't know, and like MS or autoimmune, there are specific carnivore diet Facebook pages where people are dealing with these specific things and how their body is. So it's a little different than somebody who doesn't have something like this, where they just streamline and it goes really well. Although mine still has, but I have remnants of it, and it comes back. And one of the things that I have been suffering from recently is trigeminal or nerve that goes in here and here. Unfortunately, and I was hoping that would go away. But about this time of year with the sun, and I'm not really sure, but why it is acting up, and that's a very serious, painful thing when it does. So I'm really hoping I'm not going to go into that, because that will take me out. That pain will take me out. It's called the suicide pain for a reason, and it has been active recently. So I'm cautiously trying to not cause that to get worse. And if anybody knows about this and knows what I can do to help from this point, I appreciate, please put your information that you may know about trigeminal nerve pain, and maybe I can benefit from that. So I'd really appreciate that if you can give me some help with that. Also, because if you go back to the one where I was talking a couple of videos ago, when I was talking about, maybe I will add some more things to this diet than just, because normally what I eat is just meat-based. And even I've had a hard time. I have cheese, really have a hard time with other things. To bring in any types of milk products is hard for me. But I've just mostly eggs and meat and water and salt, and that's really what I've been eating. So because I was concerned that I had lost so much weight so quickly and my skin was looking so horrible, that I started to experiment, tried to add back some things. So I want to tell you what happened to me as I tried to add back some things that I love. It is watermelon season, and it is strawberry season, and those are the things that most of us do love. It's amazing. My sister hated watermelons, but everybody's different. So I thought I would add. I went and bought a couple of big packages of strawberries, and I figured, well, it's fruit. I should be okay with that. I'll have some fruit. So the very first time that I tried it, I did it twice, because that's what you have to do, because it could be something else. You never know, right? So the reaction could be not this. That's what the elimination diet really is about, is bringing things back so that you know whether you can tolerate them. So the very first time I did is I had a lot of diarrhea, and that was from having 2 strawberries. So I had a lot of diarrhea the next day and the next day and the next day. It just seemed to, and it was not a lot, but it was just, that was the way everything was. It was not good. And after about the 3rd day, when that calmed down, well, I figured, well, I'll try the strawberries again, because you should. And that night I had violent throwing up in the middle of the night. I just woke up with such severe nausea, and my stomach was so, and really, because there's not much to throw up when you're eating meat because you digest it so much. It was really just acid, and it was horrible. I was a ball of sweat, and it was like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to try strawberries again. And then this week we bought a big watermelon, and I decided to, and it didn't physically bother me whatsoever. I didn't have diarrhea or stomach issues or anything like that. But what happened was I had such a bout of anxiety, that depression, that anxiety, that hopelessness came back in such a big, the next day, I am sending a yelling text to my husband. I'm not yelling at him, but I'm yelling in the text. And he, like, as soon as he got the text, he's like, "Are you okay?" Seriously. And I had to think about that. Oh, what, am I okay? And I wasn't. And I yelled at my granddaughter, told her it was, and after my husband said, "Are you okay?" That's all he said to me. "Are you okay?" No. So I would rather try a strawberry again and have violent throwing up than I would try watermelon again and have that severe depression and anxiety come back. So it's been hard, and it's really shown me that I really can't tolerate other foods at this point anyways. And I think it's because I still have a lot of healing to do, even though my life is turned around and it's blossoming into this beautiful flower. I'm still working out the kinks. So again, I guess we're going to leave you there. Let me just check one more time to see whether I have anything else that I want to talk about. No, I think I'm actually at the end. This is what I wanted to speak to you guys about. So if you like my content, again, please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned, because I will tell you what's going on in my life. Talk to you later. Live and love and light.